Hi everybody, how you doing? It's Adrian here from Adrian and Simon, the Metal Detectors of Dorset. I'm down on holiday and we've been having a great time over the last 2.5 days up and down the ploughed furrows, which we really like, plough land and stubble fields. Been very muddy, the ground's a bit hard but wet, but it's still great, do you know what I mean? Fantastic. So just basically what we're going to do is show you all the bits and bobs, excuse the dogs, it happens, all the bits and bobs that we found, which we think you'll find very interesting. There's a few mystery items here that I would like my fellow detectorists and bottle collectors perhaps to give us an idea of what they are, because we don't know everything, far from it. Okay, so just to show you what the equipment we use, we've got the Minelab detector. I've had that quite some time and I wouldn't change it for anything. And this is Simon's, and that's the Knox 800, and he's having some great results with that. They're both great detectors. And muddy boots, Simon's monster boots, and there's my work boots. pretty cool, pretty handy. After I've showed you my finds, I've got some stuff over there which belongs to Simon, and he's got some cracking stuff in there, and I'm a bit jealous actually of a few items in there. He might give me one if I'm very lucky. Anyway guys, I'm going to just talk you through now and hope you enjoy this little collection of stuff. And as I say, I'll point out a few bits and bobs that I'm not sure about, that we've found that we need help with. Now, excuse the excuse the right, get your stuff together, mate. Excuse the makeshift tablecloth, it's from Harrods, you know. No, this is the rubbish. And if you look closely here, we've got copper wire, we've got ring pulls, silver paper, bits of metal, more ring pulls, lots more ring pulls, bits of aluminium, more aluminium, lots of bits of lead, which I suppose after a wash there might be something interesting. So, and if not, it will go in the scrap box because it all adds up, pays for your batteries, etc., and your fuel. Cartridge caps, a 5p, a half p, a 2p, a quarter of some old copper coin that I'm not sure what that is, so it's completely damaged. Now, mystery items, guys. There is one. I don't think it's anything special, but somebody might know. There's the back of an old dinky toy, like a little van, I think. That was found near a cottage on the edge of the field. Now, mystery items. Can anybody, especially anyone that lives in Dorset area, Wiltshire perhaps, because they're very close together, can anybody please tell me what these are? Because the land down here is chalk. Sometimes on the field you can go down just a foot and you're hitting solid chalk, and on the surface of the ploughed fields you find these where, for example, I saw that sticking up out of the mud. You see where it's actually in the mud, so we're wondering what these are. An old farmer friend of mine told me that these are what they call thunderbolts, so they presume they came from the sky and they're in the chalk, so it's like a foreign thing in the chalk bed. So there's 3 of those. I would like anybody to help, hopefully ID those for us, please. Moving on, we've got a few old buckles, 19th century glass and a glass stopper. We've got, again, anybody that's clever with pottery can maybe date this for us. Slightly greeny glazed there, quite thick. A lip of a pot with brownie glaze, and quite a large pot that is. I don't know the age, but somebody out there will know. We'd love to know the age of this, because it's all come off one field with all of these items that we've found in the last 2.5 days. Little bits of scrap, an old tag, bit of clay pipe stem, a bit of clay pipe stem. Get my words out. I've got to put my false teeth back in, you see. Now, can anybody date this old pipe, please? Because I think it's fairly early, and that one is probably slightly later. So anybody who knows about clay pipes, we'd love to get some comments to help us date those. And again, well, moving on. Now this is some of my favourite things at the moment. This is very early glass. You've got a bit of 19th century there, and you've got a beer bottle there. They're obviously later. Does anybody know what the date of that would be? Is it Roman or later? We'd love to know that. I love these. These are very early bottle bottoms, and again the bottle diggers out there, they can help us to date those. but we think they're very early, to be honest. Simon's got some beautiful pieces over there I'm going to show you guys, and they're just fantastic. I am actually quite jealous of what he's got over there. A few oyster shells, which we find on the fields quite often. Many people say that's because the Romans was there and they used to bring fresh oysters in barrels of water to keep them fresh, so which is quite cool. Lots of little buttons, what's that? Oh yeah, that's an old button. A soldier's button with a Staffordshire knot on it. That's a Staffordshire regiment. I think perhaps somebody again can confirm that for us. Nice little old buttons there, lots of different shapes and sizes. And one of my teeth that fell out.
When I punched him when he
He punched me when I found a gold ring, which I'm going to show you in a minute. We found it, was it yesterday?
It was, yeah.
Yesterday, oh yes. In fact, shall I show him it?
Yeah, go
on. Okay. This is absolutely brilliant, guys. You'll see me finding that on the live dig. It's tiny. So let me show you, because I've not pulled it out the clod yet. There's my hole, just dug it. And it took me ages to pinpoint it because it's quite small, but you guys can see there is gold. And I don't think it's a coin, because I just don't. Can you see it, Sire? It's a tiny ring, is it? Is it an earring?
It's a ring, isn't it?
Well, it's definitely a ring. That could be really old, you know. That's old. You know.
Got any markings on it?
Wow.
That is a ring, isn't it?
That's early. That has to be early, Simon. I'll just clean it and see what. This is early, you know. Oh, there is. There's little markings. It's not as early as what I thought. Okay, fair enough. I don't mind. I don't mind what's on it.
We'll have to get the old magnifying glass out later and have a look.
There we go, guys. There's a tiny ring. It's got tiny little marks. So I'm quite thrilled with that, actually, because we're in the middle of this field and we've just had rubbish so far. And more rubbish. It's very, very thin, but it is gold, and it is actually hallmarked. The hallmarks are tiny inside. I actually thought that was Celtic, you know, like Celtic wire gold or whatever they call it. I don't know, but it's hallmarked to 1792. It's hallmarked to 1792, and it's got a lion in it. It's got an A and a dot and a 1 and the letter N. Simon's got some close-ups of those hallmarks. Anybody that can help us identify possibly the goldsmith, because I think they had the separate marks and their own marks. I believe so, but anybody that can comment, help us out with that would be nice. We do think it's a little child's ring, actually, or a very dainty lady's ring, but I don't know. Super fine, super fine. Happy with that. Gold dance, gold dance, gold dance, gold dance, gold dance, gold dance, gold dance.
It's been so long since I've done, I forgot how they go.
That came out the soil today. Anybody that can date that for us, that would be cool. When I dug it live, I actually asked a question and said, does anybody know what this is? I did give a clue. It's an old instrument. And you clever YouTubers, somebody's just going to be the first one in there and go, I know what that is. It's a ta-da! So that's cool. Now, I actually had a signal and I dug down. And again, it's in the video, you'll see me digging it live, excavating what we believe to be an old gypsy pit, where they used to actually dig a hole, put all the rubbish in and cover it over. And the small area of land was actually used by gypsies years ago with their old vardos, with the horses, and the women would be at home with the kids, the men would go to work in the fields, maybe picking turnips or whatever they were doing, I don't know, but we found a gypsy pit. this is the stuff that came out of it. I got a signal and I dug down. The first thing I found was again meat paste jar. Quite cool actually. Like that. That was the first thing I found, and there was a signal I thought was in that. I'm curious as to what it is because I'm digging down, I know it's a good signal, and I found a jar. Looks like to me like a 1940s paste jar, to be honest with you. If you want to bring the camera down, Sty, and just show everyone. There's my pinpointer, of course, and there's the jar. And if you look there, you'll see the actual jar. So, we're wondering what's in it. It could be just rubbish, or it could be something really quite nice. Nice if it's a little cache of coins. Oh, it's empty anyway. Remember, Si?
I do, yeah.
Actually, you'll see me pinpointing it. I thought, oh, it's full of coins, it's full of gypsy coins. Loads of gold and lovely things.
Instead, it was just full of dirt.
Yeah, it was full of rubbish, not just muck. Anyway, that's what gave me the signal. Really?
It is.
Hey.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know, but it's brass. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Brass. Well, I've never seen anything like that before. There you go.
Yeah.
When I saw that strap, I was going to leave it. And it just shows you dig and be persistent because you don't know what you're going to find. There you go, guys. We've got a nice little object. Objet d'art. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Mystery item. If anybody can ID that for me, please, or for us, that would be grand. It's made of brass or copper, I believe, and it's quite decorative with a hanging loop. And that was found next to it. I don't know if it's part of it or might have gone there or here or... But interesting thing. Somebody please tell us what they are and the date, please. Thank you. Right, lovely. Now then, Marmite jars. Again, in the live dig, you'll see me finding all these bottles coming out one by one. There's the Marmite jars. As I said yesterday, you'll either love it or hate it. No. Is that Marmite? Marmite, look. See it?
Yeah.
Definitely water. Another bottle. This is like a little rubbish bin, isn't it? Yay, a big wadgum. Call them wadgums in Derbyshire. It's a whiskey bottle, I think. It's a bottle that says Kundus fluid. I haven't seen one like that before. Maybe somebody can tell us what that would have been in that. Another small bottle. Quite cute, really. Another one, which is quite nice. I think it's quite nice. Yum, 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 yum. Especially on toast. Can't beat it. Eiffel Tower lemonade. Not sure what was in that. Or that one. So bottle collectors, maybe you can tell us. Thank you. Lovely. And then we've got Kundus fluid. Never heard of that. Quite cool. We'll do a quick close-up of the bottles, Si.
Yep.
And there was loads of broken pottery as well, and other bits and bobs. So there we go, guys. I think that's all of my finds now. So what I'm going to do is to show you Simon's things now that he's found, because apparently I'm the northern gobby one with all the gob that talks too much. Right then, guys, so I've just put all my stuff away. And I'm going to show you Simon's finds that we've had over the last 2.5 days. He's got some lovely bits and bobs, and I really like the things that's down there, and they are just ace. So we'll come to those in a minute. Right, first of all, quickly, modern coins. We've got a modern 10p, and we've got a penny, and we've got a pound, a 20p, a 2p, a 20p, and a 1p. We've got a few mystery items which we would like the help with in a few moments. Going to the pre-decimal coins. You've done quite well on coins, you know, Si, haven't you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Very well, actually. So the oldest one is a Georgian farthing, which I think is probably George II, actually. George II, for a guess.
Yep.
It's got Britannia on the other side, which is a bit faint. Then we've got a more modern penny, and the date on that is 1927, which is cool. Victorian halfpenny, and I think that was 1864, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Then you've got another Georgian halfpenny, which is very old and corroded, similar to the other, actually, same size. Look, that's a William penny. He was the king before Queen Victoria, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before Queen Victoria. Then we got what they call a ship halfpenny. I remember spending those, you know. Bloody old fossil. Right then. So we've got a whole collection of buttons, ranging from sort of wartime soldiers ones, broken silvered one, all different sorts really. If anybody knows more about buttons than us, you're more than welcome to comment on the age of some of those, please. That'd be cool. Got a bit of Victorian glass, which I think that's a pickle jar top, you know. And then we've got, I really like this actually. Ding ding goes the bell. And that is a lovely old bell. I'd say that's probably Victorian, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Still got the original clapper inside, look. A bit clapped out. That's probably where the saying comes from. Oh no, when somebody was really tired and knackered doing the church bells, they'd be clapped out. That's where the saying comes from. Anyway, that's a lovely old bell. Really like that. Mystery items. This is some sort of handle. If anybody's got any ideas what that would have been on, it's got a pinhole. Would like anybody that's clever enough to know to tell us what that is, please. This is interesting. This is lead. It's very heavy and it's quite ornate. It's got a hole in the end, bit of decoration there, and it's got a broken off part with a hole. So any metal detectorists who are familiar with these, we would really like to have an idea on those, what they or what it might be. That would be cool. There's an interesting item. Again, I haven't seen one of these before. It's almost like it's a claw, possibly. It's got little fittings on the back, one there and one down the bottom, so it may have been fitted on something or other. Again, if somebody can tell us, please, that would be really cool. This is interesting. It's a broken piece of metal with nice decorations. Almost looks like possibly a W there. Unfortunately, the rest is missing. It's got a small little circle, which is quite sweet. It's got an edge on it, and the rest is broken. So again, any ideas, please? We'd like to know. Now this is cool. This is well cool. I like this. This is silver, and it's an oak leaf. Again, the little bit's broken off there, which is a shame, but any ideas, please, folks? That would be really nice to know. Solid piece of lead, flat on the back, with a concave top. Again, any ideas, please? We'd love to know the date or the possible origins of that. If anybody can tell us, thank you very much. And now this part of an old weapon? Because it's pointed and it's squared off, as you can see, but on the other side there's a hole. So we've got ideas it might be an arrow shaft, but who knows? Again, if somebody can tell us, that would be nice to know that. Now then, I'm going to show you Simon's. Oh, I think these are absolutely amazing. Anyone that collects bottles is going to love these. He found them on a ploughed field in the mud, and I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I get them first? Look at that. Look at that bottle base. Look. medieval earrings. Just look at the iridescence. Beautiful things. Again, please, anybody that knows about bottles, if you can tell us the age on those, they're just magnificent. And I actually found a few bits and bits and pieces in my video earlier of fragments of those, but look at what he's found. I'm so jealous. And then we've got the rest down here. This is very early glass. If somebody can tell us the date on this, we'd be absolutely thrilled to know, because it takes hundreds of years for it to go like that. And they find things like this in the River Thames, larger fragments with necks with seals on, and like, I don't know, the olden, and sometimes a date with initials. I would love to find a piece with a seal on, with a date. That would just be amazing. But these are beautiful, and I'm just going to show you the colours now of what happens when you wet them, and it does change slightly. You ready? Look at that. Look at that colour now. Isn't that beautiful? How cool is that? Isn't that nice?
It is, yeah.
Probably took hundreds of years for that to happen naturally in the ground with the, I don't know what happens or why it happens. Again, clever YouTubers might, you know, be able to tell us why and how it happens. There's obviously some kind of reaction in the soil, I would have thought, but I don't know, because I'm not an expert on this kind of thing. But ain't they just amazing? Christmas is coming. I might have one of these if I'm very lucky. Anyway, guys, we hope you've enjoyed the video with our finds over the last 2.5 days, and we're going to be back out tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get something really nice and exciting to show you, and we'll keep you posted. And please, if you like our videos, if you could help us grow, that would be fantastic. Please like, share and subscribe, and please ding on the bell. Ding 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 on the bell on the bottom of the video to know when we've got new videos coming out. Thank you very much, guys. God bless to the world. We love you. Cheers.